We've worked with Pearcemayfield before in Severn-Trent Water. I've seen them in Prince 2 project management training. We've used them in development of blueprinting for our own strategy development. And I've seen John Edmonds, who's working on this particular course, in action and have a lot of confidence in him.
Very helpful for me. I'm very much better with my learning on pictorial things rather than sitting and reading from a book. So for me, we already use Mind Manager at work, so looking at mind maps makes it much better.
And it's good that it complements the manual rather than some other courses I've been on where the duplication of the manual is just a waste of everybody's time really. So it's good.
In Pearcemayfield, we don't have one training course that's one size fits all. We have courses that are different for public, and we have in-house tailored courses for different situations. In fact, in Pearcemayfield, we don't really have, or we don't like to think of ourselves as having training courses. We have a training experience to enable people to take from that their development for themselves and for their organisations. One of the interesting facts in the way that courseware is developed, the way that our courses are structured and put together, is what we like to call accelerated learning. Now, there are many different aspects of accelerated learning, but essentially the things that we're looking for is how do adults best learn new material? What is it about the experience that we can do that will appeal to different learning styles for different people?
The Pearcemayfield courseware is, I think, the most comprehensive and friendly in the sense of giving access to all the different types of students we get on the course. It also makes it probably one of the biggest challenges for the trainer as well, because it's quite complex. There's all sorts of different connecting things within the material that means as a trainer it keeps you on your toes as well. Makes the experience a bit more interesting, rather than the more traditional style of which many companies still do, which is to print a set of slides for the tutor and print the same slides for the trainees as well, and you just roll through the slides and you kill them with PowerPoint slides, which is a horrendous way to go, frankly.
Every element of our course is designed in such a way that we are providing something that will appeal to different types of learner. Some learners learn tremendously well visually, others like to hear things, others really have to get involved and to tackle a problem. So accelerated learning, as far as we're concerned, is a fundamental way of thinking behind each learning experience. Particularly as a lot of the things that we're training on is based on some fairly intense material, such as Prince 2 or an MSP manual, which is, to be fair, relatively dry. So we're trying to bring that to life. One of the objectives of any course is how can we take this material and really make it mean something? And to do that, we need to understand people, the way they learn, and so our material, our courses, will always have that in mind.
I like the way they break it down to fairly simple, bite-sized chunks, and then are flexible in terms of your needs and your aims, and then put it into a real-world context instead of leaving it at a fairly high level.
The training's really fantastic. I really like the way that the different techniques are used. So sometimes it will just be sort of PowerPoint presentations, but then we have to put that into practice. Really sort of enforced with then self-reading and information from the manual. All comes together really well. It's a good way of learning, we're finding.
The course design is good. It's quite demanding. It's quite an intensive course. It does require you to put a lot of effort in before you come, which isn't always easy. But it clearly works well, and as you get into the course, you're a step ahead of where you might be otherwise if you've managed to do the work.
From a day-to-day perspective, it gives me the insight into the documentation and the processes we're using currently in-house, and they now sometimes need to be a little refined. They're not quite up to the job for some of our other companies and some other roles, so it'll give me the knowledge I need to help push that out through the rest of the countries.
It's firstly getting mastery of your topic so that every one of our team gets to know the material inside out. They really know this, and they really believe in the principles behind the methods that we teach. But then secondly, having that belief in that what we're doing can make a difference in people's lives, that we can really change their development, the way they go about their work, and that we can do that through inspirational, powerful teaching. It's a marrying together of the topics, the knowledge, with the way that we actually deliver it. And so that I know I can walk away from a course feeling that I've done something of consequence here, I've done something of significance with the people I've been working with.
What I'm beginning to realise more and more now in the 21st century, both our trainers and all the other guys in the office and elsewhere, and our consultants, as well as our clients, they aren't looking for product anymore. It's not a matter of which is the best methodology, which is the best technique. They aren't even looking for a quality service, which they are. They're looking for experience. For the jaded project manager who is being made punch drunk by all of the demands on her, when she comes on one of our courses, I believe she deserves to have something inspirational. She needs an experience that will encourage her, which will give her a spring in the step when she goes back and applies this stuff. It's not just about the stuff, it's about the experience. And I'm realizing that with greater clarity now, and it's fun. It's great.